Well, we're having some briefings now on Thursdays with various ministers that we can get hold of, and this is a great opportunity to get hold of Mr. Tim Crookall for DOI, who I've been chasing a bit. I wasn't around the roundel the other day, and I did talk to myself in the end because obviously things were moving massively at that stage, weren't they?
We were very close to each other then because I actually walked past it and I saw your car down there, so I knew you were about somewhere. But
so I can chat about roundels all day long. People love it. Seriously though, that was the day that Nick Black resigned, or how? Yeah, it was under resign, but yeah. Should we deal with that? Or can you tell me anything more about it? I mean,
there's not a lot to say. I mean, you've had the press release and you know what the score is. So, I mean, Nick has resigned after 8 years at DOI, 21 years in government, and that's it, basically, Paul.
But was he pushed?
No. I can't say that. Nick has resigned.
Right. Okay. I think people can work out what's going on there. What happens now? You've got to fill the void. I mean, are you wanting to split the DOI up? Because obviously the chief has said it's not fit for purpose, and I've kept him to that word every time he said it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had a conversation, obviously, before he offered me a post, and I said it in my manifesto, and I said it in conversations with people, and Beeman's had a look at it, and we saw a report back from them. So there obviously something needs to happen. So, you know, the chief has already said about housing and communities coming out of there to start with, if you like, and you know, that's been moved on. And as I keep saying to people, I am reviewing things as I get my feet under the table. So, you know, we will get there and look at everything in the department. It's a huge department. Yeah.
So when you arrived, have you sort of started to make some housekeeping things there, or what state did you find the DOI in? Was it unfit for purpose when you got there?
I wouldn't say it's unfit for purpose. You know, there's obviously needs to be some changes. I've always said, as I've just said, there needs to be some changes there. You know, we've had we've got a new interim CEO, if you like, and we've had another officer come down to help, and you know, we'll look at it and we'll make those changes as and when, you know, not only within the office, if you like, but also out and about with some, you know, decisions that were made previously.
Should we talk about the prom?
Yeah.
Things are happening there. Where are we up to? Are you kicking? I was going to say, bomb. You know, something. Are you on them basically?
We are pushing it as hard as we can. I'm working with the contractors, and they were really good. First off, you know, I hadn't been in there that long. You know, they made sure that the war memorial was available to those that needed the war memorial on the 11th and the 14th, which was really good of them, and I appreciate that. But we are absolutely pushing this as hard as we can to get finished as soon as we can.
Mixed messaging though about those roundels, about the, you know, it's not a roundabout. It's going to cause some grief, isn't it? There's going to be a clonker. Then who pays, as they always say?
But there's a clonk at every roundabout. It's one of those things.
It's not a roundabout. It's not a roundabout.
But it's a roundel. But it's, you know,
it's not
you had the answer in Tynwald this week, and you know, as soon as it kicked off a few weeks ago, people were going, give us some advice, give us some advice. You know, I'm only a driver like everybody else. I've got no special training.
I'm thinking about when it comes to a claim, how people are going to react. I mean, you know, a normal roundabout, you've got to give away to the right. This, you don't necessarily have to do anything. In fact, I went down there just now thinking, am I to turn here? But someone gave way to me. Then you have this Mexican standoff. Don't know who's going to go because no one's going.
But so long as you approach it slowly and indicate and look at everybody else that's on there, you know, at the moment it's working fine. And slowly people will get that, you know, courage, if you like, if that's the word, to use it better.
And TT week, you think might not be?
Well, TT will, you know, again, will be a different kettle of fish. Absolutely, we know it's going to be, you know, interesting. Let's put it that way. I have reservations about certain things, and I'll take that up with the officers as and when, you know, when we find them.
We've only got 10 minutes on this new system, so I want to talk about, for instance, Liverpool landing stage. That it comes under you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Still, you haven't been able to get rid of that one because this is going to be a.
How do you mean get rid of it?
Well, it's a mighty issue, isn't it? I'm trying to be losing my.
But
I'm not trying to get involved here, but you know what I mean.
But the landing stage is going on. It's happening, you know, and hopefully I'm coming to Tynwald in December for the rest of the finance.
How much?
I'm coming to December Tynwald. I can't tell you that at the moment. I haven't spoken to members.
So more on top of the 35
I'm going to brief Tynwald members shortly, and then we'll be coming to the December Tynwald.
Sorry, it was about 35 million, wasn't it, the last count? And you got more now, again, is that what you're saying?
We were at 38, I think,
38.
And then Minister Baker was coming back for 13.8, I think, which would have taken it to 52. So I'm coming back to December Tynwald, you know, to hopefully finish the job off. It needs finishing.
Which TT is it likely to be finished for? It's certainly not going to be finished for next year, is it? I mean, there's not a chance.
I would love to think it would.
It's not out of the ground, is it?
You've probably seen it a bit more recently.
I went to see it.
Right, okay, I haven't been to see it yet.
Got lots of views. People love to see it.
I'm hoping to get to see it as soon as possible.
Nothing above the ground when I saw it.
I'm told the steel work is going out of the ground this week.
Right.
So, you know, that's that's something good to be able to see, because there's so much work going on below ground and below water, absolutely loads and loads. I've seen the pictures and everything.
But will it be fit for purpose? Will the steam packer be able to use it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the lorries can't use it except for X amount of times a year and all that sort of thing. It's just purely for passengers, isn't it?
It's purely.
It's a vanity project, though, isn't it?
No, it's meant mainly for passengers. But there is the proviso there that if anything goes wrong with Heysham and stuff, we can use it for cargo, so for
I
freight.
understand that, but overall, it's just for passengers. That's
yeah,
its job.
But when they went out to the people and asked the people, they said they wanted that link still into Liverpool and as close as possible to the city centre.
But do they need? I mean, obviously, the hindsight's interesting. I mean, under Mr. Gordon, an interview I found from years ago, we were talking 3.5 million for the whole thing. I mean, obviously, it's escalated.
No, I think that was just to buy it. That was to buy it. They paid £3.5 million to buy it.
Well, you know what I mean. It's gone up a lot, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, of course it has, but we didn't have any costings at that stage. But so hopefully, December Tynwald, we'll get an answer as to whether we can move on and get it finished as soon as possible, because it's down to Tynwald members, obviously, for the financing of it.
Do you think? I mean, you seem very relaxed about it. So,
well, I've just got to deliver it. Obviously, I know what's going on behind the scenes and that, but I've got to deliver it. Go to council ministers, go to the members, and then take it to Tynwald.
If for any reason the financing doesn't come through, what happens? Is there a plan B, or they stop, or
if it doesn't come through,
expensive hole in the ground, or
if it doesn't come through, we've got a lease on a piece of land in Liverpool for 237 years, and we use Heysham.
Well, even there's problems at Heysham, isn't there? I mean,
occasionally it silts up, and at low tides or certain times of the year, we've all had problems where the boat has to wait an hour to get in or out and stuff. So not ideal.
Now, Dave, recording this Thursday, we're doing another roundabout for you. Here we go, down in Ballasalla. There's a roundabout underway. My goodness, that must be months and months in the making. I know you're not doing the thing.
We're not.
You have to give permission for it.
Yeah.
It cannot surely be acceptable to have. If you see the queues, obviously.
I've been through the queues. Not that often.
No, but at peak times. I mean, that must drive people mad every day. How can it have taken so long? And I appreciate this started before you think. Tomorrow, Friday, there's talk of it being completed or at least open now.
It will be open from tomorrow, and it'll be back to normal-ish for the time being, yes.
How do you view this in future? Will you take a more proactive role on how people can close roads, cause issues like this?
Yeah. I mean, it's always looked at, because people have to apply to the department for a licence to close the roads and do work and whatever. But this has gone on for far too long. So many people have been inconvenienced by this. And Dan Darrow will have had their excuses, or their contractor. I'm not sure who it is that's doing the work, but they will have had their reasons for, And as I said to you earlier, last week, they were getting ready to sort of finish it off, and they had so much rain last week they just couldn't do the work and things. So it is open from tomorrow again, but there is more work to do down there later on. So it's never good, and we've got the same on the Peel to Douglas Road, and it's all going on. But all this work has to be done. Yes, it's an inconvenience. We're fortunate, I suppose, there's other roads that can be used, but it's an inconvenience. But this work has to be done. In our last minute, so just give me an idea how you get on with all the heads of different departments. I mean, it's quite a large thing. Everything okay with the buses, for instance, and that department? Yeah, we've had initial meetings, and at the moment, we're all talking to each other still.
Yeah. Is there any friction there, though?
I haven't felt any friction yet.
Okay. Everyone's staying in place? I'm sorry, I can't be more specific, because obviously that would be wrong of me.
As far as I know, I've got my two departmental members in down there now, Tim Glover and Kerry Sharp, but everybody else in place. And
but on the actual coalface, the actual managers, everything's staying as is. What's your opinion on the future issue of the buses? Should they be competing with the taxis on this sort of connect villages, or is that something you want to look at again? Or
I've got my own views, but I mean, obviously, I'll listen to what the department has to say vis-a-vis bus vanning. Before I came back, I was at the public meeting at Foxdale and heard what was going on out there, and there's issues down south as well, and I know there is in the north. So. And I had emails yesterday saying when the new bus timetable comes out, will it go out to consultation? So there's a lot of people out there, questioning what's going on and stuff. So everything in the department is getting reviewed, Paul. I've just taken it over. The department gets kicked from pillar to post. The morale is low. There's no doubt about that. My job is A, to defend the department if I can. And B, if I can't, for whatever reason, I need to change what's going wrong.
Okay, well, in our last literally few seconds, I dug out an interview from 10 years ago with you talking about that locomotive thing that was the cabbage that's being referred to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's been an interesting journey. Anything thing on that you want to say?
No.
Going ahead with it still?
It's down there in the shed. I was asking Mr. Longworth the other week. It's down there in the shed, and
it hasn't been a very happy journey.
It hasn't. But it certainly won't be sitting there doing nothing for much longer. We absolutely need. What's the point? 400,000 to buy it plus, and then all the issues.
That was a mistake,
though,
was it? With hindsight.
No. The reason for buying it was good in the first place, but
second hand, wasn't it?
Parts of it was new, parts of it was second hand.
It's never performed very well, has it?
It hasn't, no. But it's just sitting there doing nothing. So in my view, we need to get it back, get it doing what it was supposed to be doing, shunting things backwards and forwards. And if there was a fire on the line, it was going to go out and sort that, help sort that out. Yeah. Things. So, there's no point in leaving it as a museum piece in there when it's not worth it.
Okay. Are you happy having this position? Are you enjoying being in a council of ministers inside the tent? And are you happy being in MHK rather than the MLC? There you go.
I am very happy being in MHK. I'm delighted to be back, and I thank the people of Glenfaber and Peel for giving me their support. I'm very happy to be in the Department of Infrastructure. The Chief asked me if I wanted. Chief asked me if I wanted a job, and if so, what I would. And I offered to do DOI. I wanted to go to DOI. It's a great department. It just needs some tender, loving care, and we need to just sort it out because obviously it's been an issue for a few years now, and we just need to sort it out.
And you'll stay the course. You will not be thinking of moving.
No, that's why I don't want to move.
I know it's early days.
If the Chief Minister wants to move at the moment.
I know. I'm putting this in so
No, I'm more than happy to stay down there with the team and do what we can with the department. It does a lot of good work.